Hey, lover of tech here. I've actually done an instructional stage-by-stage video of how to install one of these Whitestone Dome glasses, but specifically for the Galaxy S9 Plus on the channel. So what I'm going to do is actually link that in the cards above and also in the description below, so you can actually check out and see how to apply one of these dome glasses. What I actually ended up doing in the end was reaching out to Whitestone Dome to actually send me one out specifically for the normal Pixel 2 as I've got right here. And I actually wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to actually kind of do it a bit more real time and see how long it takes for me to actually install one of these dome glasses on the Pixel 2, and also how it holds up in terms of the installation process and how it goes. And I'll actually do that by putting it on a timer, and I'll use one of my other phones as a timer just to go through the process so you can see it and see how long the installation process is. How will I remember the installation process myself and how to actually apply the dome glass onto the Pixel 2. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So from up top, what we have is the Whitestone Dome Glass for the Pixel 2, and then we've got the Pixel 2 here. I'm not going to do a major unboxing. You're pretty much going to skip and you're going to see everything unboxed in the next frame. And as you've already seen with the instructional video, everything that comes in here pretty much applies for all of a Whitestone Dome Glass handsets as well. So we're just going to skip to actually unboxing the device straight away, seeing what comes in, and then just applying it. And also starting the stopwatch here on the iPhone 10 from when it's unboxed to actually see how long it takes roughly in real time to actually see how it applies to the Pixel 2. All right, so we've unboxed everything that we need and we've turned off the Pixel 2, we've turned off the phone. It makes the installation process a lot easier. What I'm going to do is just start the stopwatch and yeah, just go through the installation process, and I'll try and talk you through it as much as possible, but you've seen it before. You've got the alcohol wet wipe, and it comes in a few that comes in there as well, right here. So definitely needs to give it a wipe down. Give it a wipe down first. And again, we're just doing this so there's more of like a real-time feel for how roughly long it takes to install one of these on your phones. And this one in particular is for the Pixel 2. Put that on the side. Get one of the white cloths to wipe it down. What you want to make sure that you doing that, you are removing any fingerprints. So as you're wiping it down, it's just making sure that, yeah, it's looking as clean as possible. So far, so good. So initially, to the untrained eye, you're going to be looking at this and it looks fine. But what you want to look for is to make sure that any dust particles are removed. So you've got one of these, you know, dust remover stickers that come with it, and it's just you sticking it over to make sure that any little dust, as you're checking it from an angle, has been removed. This is going to help ensure that there's no air bubbles that are stuck underneath the glass when you actually apply the installation, which is very helpful. So yeah, you just take your time and you can actually lift it up to inspect it to see whichever way is easier for you to do so. Now supposedly the use of the locker glue technology in here should help with scratches and just screen recovery and making sure that any abrasions that you've suffered on the screen get recovered really well underneath the glass. So yeah, that's something that is nice to know, that it should help. It's not gonna, you know, absolutely heal it, but it should definitely help with those abrasions recovery. Now, once you've got it here, you've got your base plates. What you need to remember with these base plates is making sure that you align them properly. So you've got the bottom base here. And the bottom base, what you really need to remember is that the two holes at the top here, these are for the bridging holder for the locker glue tube. So it's making sure that that's up the right way. It says speaker on the right, and you've got the Google Pixel on the left. So you know that that's the right way up. What you then also want to make sure you do is use these absorption pads, because they're going to help with the flow of the liquid across the edge. and these can go on the side, which should help. Again, I'm one where if in doubt, I've touched the screen by accident. You can always go over again. Personally, it's not the end of the world. Wipe it down to make sure that you're back to clean. So again, yes, it does require a bit of patience, but so far this is the position that I'm in with the Pixel 2, and it's lined up accordingly. So absorption pads are there, and what you've also got with the Pixel 2 is you've got the bottom speaker here. As you can see, the stickers to cover the pieces, and then you've also got the top, which also covers the top, because obviously the Pixel 2 is working with dual speakers. So this will help in line with that to make sure that it's done properly. And yeah, just apply the stickers. You just need one. And this stage is again just to stop the liquid coming onto the speakers. So nice and easy there. Nice and easy, lines up. So the process again just requires a bit of patience. I'm actually strictly just going off muscle memory just to see if I do remember how to apply the dome glass from top to bottom. So once the earpieces are covered up, this is where you've got the top part here. The trick, as always, is to make sure that this little tip, this plastic tip, is what's actually going to hold the screen protector in place to align it properly when the locker glue comes down, which is very, very important. So you want that to basically come down here. And as you can see, it's lined up perfectly, right side up, no issues.
So at this particular stage, my audio had cut from the camera and I hadn't realized. So what I'm going to do is just voice over this part. This stage is where I'm securing the locker glue tube into the bridging holder and actually aligning it in place. And what you notice is once you're aligning it in place, you can actually remove the colored tip of the locker glue tube and no glue will actually come out. You can actually secure it at the top of the bridge, and then once it's secure firmly, you then actually remove the top part of the locker glue tube, which is the black part, and that is actually going to allow the glue to come out and be centered onto where the handset is. So once at this stage you've left it for a couple of seconds to a minute and all the glue's actually come out of the tube, you can actually remove it from the bridging holder altogether and just make sure that the locker glue is actually in the center of the phone itself. Now you grab the screen protector and remove the sticker on the application side of the screen protector, and just make sure that whatever you do not put your fingers on that side as much as possible to make sure that you have direct contact to the phone itself with no fingerprints, so that there's no air bubbles that come onto the glass screen protector itself. Now that you lined up the screen protector properly, you realize that the plastic tip at the top of the holder will actually stop it from touching the phone directly, to allow you to actually align it properly for you to position it to apply the screen protector onto the phone with the locker glue. And as you are on a balanced surface, what you do at this stage is pretty much just tip it from the bottom of the holding plate, slowly allow the locker glue to come to the center. The minute it touches the screen protector, you just remove the tip at the top, and it should just allow the locker glue to spread adhesively all around. And here you just add a bit of patience, but it will spread all around evenly.
Then you've got the UV curing light. So the UV curing light is what you're going to use to make sure that it adheres to the dome glass properly. So you leave it for, for how long it needs it to be there. It's going to turn off. You move it to the middle, you move it to the top, and you basically just allow it in terms of the first stage of curing to actually adhere to the glass, and it works really well. So again, overall the process is a little bit longer. It does require a little bit of patience, but it just, so long as you actually watch the instructions, read the instructions, watch a couple of videos, even for me that I've not done it in a little while, to be able to actually do it from muscle memory, pretty much shows that it's not all that hard and all that bad in terms of installation process and knowing how to apply the dome glass onto any of your flagship phones that you've invested in, i.e. this particular case, the Pixel 2. So yeah, so far so good. And the final part of the first stage of the process of using the UV light. So that is the first curing stage process with the UV light over the dome glass. So what we're gonna do is just gonna remove it from there. There we go. So the absorption pads helped with the sides. We're gonna put this on the side here. And also we're gonna remove the plastic covers at the top. Now what you're gonna see is that it's really tightly secure. Really tightly secure, and it's firm. And you can go over this again in terms of the curing process, but what you should do is use one of the alcohol wipes. Any extra adhesives that you've got on there in terms of at the top and on the side, you want to make sure that you give it a wipe. So that is pretty much it. So I'm going to put a stop to it because it's nice and secure. I don't necessarily need to go over it again. Turn on the phone, and as you can see, the dome glass fits perfectly. So that is pretty much it. Slightly over 20 minutes for the installation process on the Pixel 2 from Whitestone Dome. And some might see it necessarily as a negative because of the time process that it takes a little bit longer to install compared to all other plastic or glass screen protectors. But at the same time, because of the locker glue technology, it really makes sure that it, you know, really sticks to the phone properly. It really sticks to the phone properly. It feels solid. It goes as edge to edge as possible. It feels really nice. Yes, there's the price to consider that ranges between 30 to 50 pounds depending on which model, but it's a quality glass product. It's done well for my iPhone and my S9 Plus, my Note 8 and my Pixel 2, and in this particular case it fits onto the Pixel 2 well. And all for muscle memory that I've not done the installation for a while, it is pretty straightforward. So I can definitely assure you, the first time that you watch a video in terms of instructions on how to do it, or read the instruction manual that comes in here to be able to actually install the glass onto your phone, you will not have a problem. It's pretty much smooth sailing. A little bit of patience goes a long way to making sure that you get a quality installation process onto this phone. That about wraps it up. Definitely check the link in the description below for my stage-to-stage instructional video that I did with the installation of the dome glass on the S9 Plus. And also, if you would like to purchase it, again, check the link in the description below of where you can purchase it from Amazon, and also with the links for all the different products and phones that they actually do the dome glass for, which is quality in that retrospect. And also, if you haven't already, make sure that you follow me on social media, on Twitter and Instagram. Links are also in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you're part of the notification squad, Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you do not miss all the new content that is on the Lover of Tech channel. Again, I'm your host Ben. I'm signing out, and I will see you next time.